Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to present the laws of logarithms. In the last video, I explained logarithm of a number as the power to which a base is raised to give that number. Also, I explained the relationship between logarithm and indices. So, in fact, I gave you the equations connecting logarithm and indices together, known as logarithmic equation and indicial equation. So for example, I said if I have my log n base a equals x, so this is a logarithmic equation. Logarithmic equation. I told you you can rewrite this, you can change this to initial equation, so which is going to give you n equals to a raised power x. Please don't forget. So this is the relationship between the indices and logarithm. Also, don't forget that I said you can have your logarithm in different bases. For example, you can have your log a base 2, log 10, log 2 base 10. So in fact, you can have your log in base e as well. So, but what you must notice is that the common, form you have in logarithm and which you will be coming across most often is that of, logarithm in base 10 and that of base e. I explained that your logarithm in base 10 is what? Is called common logarithm. Why this is known as what? So natural logarithm. And I told you, so your logarithm in base 10 could be written as what? As logarithm without putting the base in it. You understand that? That's your common logarithm. Likewise, your natural logarithm, you can rewrite your log e as what? As lane. So you can write your log e as lane. So today I'm going to continue with the laws of logarithm. If you don't forget, when I explain indices, I explain some of the laws guiding indices. The principle of operation in the indices is similar to that of logarithm as well. Okay, now let me explain what I'm trying to say. Recall from the previous video that I said if you have your log a base p equals x, we know that your a is going to be what? If you convert this to initial equation, you are going to have that your a equals to p raised power x. Yeah, if that is taken. Okay, now let's say again I have my log b base p equals y. So then likewise I'm going to have that my b is going to be what? Then my b is going to be p raised to power y. So if that is taken now, okay, now let us now take each of the laws one by one. So the first law I'm going to take in is what? Is the multiplication law. So for example, number one, let's say I want to multiply my a and b together now. Let's say I said a times b. Don't forget your a times b here. If you check here carefully, you will observe that your a is what? P raised power x multiplied by your b, which is what? P raised power y. So if that is taken, if you check your right hand side very well, you will notice that I have p raised power x and I have p raised power y. I'm having the same base. So and the relationship between the two, number, the two expression is what? Is multiplication. So by your loss of indices, when you have a raised power n multiplied by a raised power n, I said it's going to be what? A raised power m plus n. Then you can have that p raised power s plus y here. You understand now? So if that is correct, okay, now let us now go back to what we have here. So since I have that my p raised power x here, so then I have the product of p raised power x and p raised power y here to be what? To be p raised power x plus y. Let me now take the logarithm of both sides. Let me take the logarithm of both sides. If you take the logarithm of both sides, And even without taking the logarithm of both sides, recall from what we have from the law I gave to you that when you have your log n base a equals x, so then I said your n is going to be a raised power s, meaning I'm having this, as indicial equation. How can you change? You can change this to logarithmic equation. Don't forget the logarithm of a number is the power to which a number is raised to give you the number. Then I can say by the virtue of this that my logarithm of AB base what? Base P is going to be what? S plus Y. You understand now? If you convert it back to index form, in this indicial equation, you will observe that I'm going to have AB equals to P raised by S plus Y based on this principle. So if that is cleared, then I can say that my log AB P is equal to X plus Y. What is my X? You can see that my X here is what? Log A base P plus your Y here is what? Log B base P. You understand now? And that's your multiplication law. So that is when you have your log AB, let's say I'm working in a common logarithm. When you have your log XY, then you don't need to stress yourself. You are going to have, it to be what? Log X plus log Y. That's what the law is saying. Okay, now, similarly, let us do it for the case of division. Number two, let's say I have A divided by B. You know your A divided by B from what we have here. So let me rewrite it here so that we can get it. We have that my A is equal to P raised power X divided by what? P raised power Y. You understand? P raised power X divided by P raised power Y. If you also apply your laws of indices here, you have the same base here but different index. And the relationship between the two is division. Then I'm going to have P raised power X minus Y. You understand? You will notice that this also an indicial equation. You can convert it back to logarithmic equation, and that's going to give you log A divided by B. So base what? Base P is equal to S minus Y. How do we obtain this? Don't forget, when you have your log n base A equals X, then I said you are going to have that your n is equal to A raised by S. That's how we obtain this here. So, and from the above, don't forget your X is what? So your S is log A, you understand now? Base P minus log Y base P. So that is the law. That is when you have, so the logarithm of what? Of a quotient. So then it is the same thing as the difference between the, two numbers. So for example, if I have log X divided by Y and I'm working in common logarithm, don't forget for common logarithm, you don't need to put base 10, and I'm going to have log S minus log Y. That's what the law is saying. Okay, now let me derive another one. Number three, I want to derive what we know as the power law. So remember, if I have my A raised to power n, remember that your A is what? Okay, sorry. To make it more clear, remember that your A is what? P raised power S based on what I wrote above here. You understand? Yeah. So if your A is P raised power X, then you can say, let's say I introduce n to the power of the both side, then I'm going to have what? An is equal to P nx. You understand? Now you can observe that this also what? So this also indicial equation. If you convert it to logarithmic equation, I'm going to have what? Log A raised power n base P is equal to what? Nx. So by the virtue of this law. So then if that is clear, then you can now simplify this further. If you simplify this further and substitute the value of x, remember that your x is what? Log A base P. You understand now? Then I'm going to have that my log A raised by n base P is equal to what? N. Your S is what? Log A base P from what we have here. Remember I said my log A base P is what? X. While log B base P is what? Is Y. You understand now? So that is that. What the law is saying is the power law. For example, if you are working in a common logarithm where your base is 10 and you have log m raised to power n, you don't need to stress yourself. Then you are going to have what? N log m. Just bring down this power, bring it here. So that's what you are going to have. So if I derive another one, so remember the one I want to derive here is the logarithm whereby the number and the base are the same. You understand now? So when you have that the argument and the base are the same, so what are you going to have? Okay, now let me derive that. So we have that my b, b is same thing as b raised to power 1. Then this is an initial equation. Then you can rewrite this in logarithm is going to be log b base b equals 1. You understand now? So log b base b equals 1. Don't stress yourself. That is when you have a logarithm whereby the argument x here and the base which is s are the same, then you are going to have 1. Log 100 base 100 is going to give you 1. The logarithm of yourself to the base of yourself. So it's going to give you what? It's going to give you 1. So, and another one. So which is the logarithm of what? When you have the logarithm of any number to base what? To base 1. So the logarithm of the logarithm, so whereby your argument is 1. So that's what we are going to find here. Let's say I have my 1. Remember that your 1 is the same thing as b raised to power 0. If you rewrite this in terms of logarithmic equation, then I'm going to have log 1 base b equals 0. So that's the logarithm of 1. So the logarithm of 1 to any base is going to give you what? Is going to give you 0. When you have log 1 base 10, you are going to have 0. You know, I derived that in previous video. So that's that. And another one is when you want to change the base. So at times they may give you a logarithm and you might want to simplify it so in such a way that you have different base. You understand now? So this why this law is applicable, and this how I'm going to derive this. Suppose I have that my A is equal to P raised by S, like we've know before with what I've written up. So if your A is equal to P raised by X, you understand now? So if your A is equal to P raised by X, then if I now introduce the logarithm to both sides, let's say I introduce log B, log which base is B to both sides, and I'm going to have log B here as well, P raised by X. Remember from what I've written up, the logarithm of a power, so that this is going to give me X log B base B. So then if you make your S the subject of the formula by dividing both sides by log P base B, then I'm going to have that my X is equal to log A base B divided by what? Log P base B. And don't forget, what is your S from what I've written up? Remember that your S is what? Your S is from here. If my A is P raised by S, then I can say that my log A base P is equal to X. So then this is log A base P is equal to X. So that is when you want to change the base. So if this is equal to X, then this is going to give me log A base B divided by log P base B. What is this law saying? So is that when you have your logarithm like this, maybe you have log A base B, then you can say this is same thing as log A base 10 divided by log B base 10. You can see we splitted that. That's showing the relationship between the what? The logarithm and argument. Likewise, you can rewrite it as log A base 2 divided by log B base 2. So that is what the law is saying. Okay, now to summarize, so for my laws of logarithm here, so it means, so for the first one, that is the multiplicative what? The multiplication law. So let's assume I'm working in common logarithm, so I don't need to write the base. Is that when you have your log a base b with what I've derived up, then same thing as log a plus log b. So when you have your log a divided by b, it's the same thing as what? Log a minus log b. And don't forget the third one, which I call the power law. So that is when you have your log a raised to power n, you don't need to stress yourself, just put the n here, then I'm going to have n log a. And the fourth one is the logarithm of 1 to any base. When you have your log 1 to base b or any base, let's say I'm working in base 10 here. So it's going to give you what? It's going to give you 0. You can check that out. So using what I've derived in the previous video. So likewise, so when you have the logarithm whereby the argument and the base are equal, then you are going to have what? 1. Logarithm of a to the base of a is going to give you 1. And lastly, when you want to change the base, when you have your log a base b, then you can say the same thing as log a divided by log b. So assuming that you are working in what? In base 10. So these are the laws of logarithm. So in the next video, I'm going to explain how you can apply some of these laws. So, so I'm going to explain how you can apply some of these laws. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and inform your friend to do so. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.